Thank you everyone for tuning in. I appreciate you coming on by. We're going to tackle a few more things today. We'll be looking at the run spaces, trying to get some code in there to further organize our forms, make them a little tighter. Spacing was off obviously last time, so we need to just clean that up a bit. That's trivial stuff. And then we'll see if we can maybe switch over to VS Code. I think that might be a good thing to try and do. A few people have asked about that, and I do agree with them, but I have noticed some issues when it comes to run spaces and trying to get them working VS Code. And we'll get simple rockets up and running here. And we'll get our data source going just so we can get some data flowing and our test stuff going. So we're going to load up a plane with some basic connections here. All right, make sure we have the right program in there. No, that's not what we want. That's the mapper, so we'll go ahead and load the all. How's everyone doing tonight? There we go. That's what we're looking for. Hey, Nifty Owns. How you doing? Thanks for coming by. All right, let's get this going. So there's our panel class, our spacecraft class, and here's just our code trying to tie everything together. Try and keep it at a legible level. Oh, let's go ahead and just fast forward the time. Be nice to at least see some light. Doing good, just got off work, cracks open cold beer. Definitely, that's a great idea. I don't drink myself, but I have my my ale next to me, my ginger ale. All right, so we'll activate the logger as usual. There you go. Let's just get this thing going. Maybe let's just deactivate it, fast forward, get it in the air. There you go. Oh. All right, we'll keep it on a bearing there. Pull back that gear. And there we go. And we'll start activating the logging. So let's run our script now. Okay. Oh yes, that's right. That's where we left off. Things just completely crap themselves. All right. Oh, there you go. Accidentally closed. So there we go. Let's try opening simple rockets again. So what we were doing this. This is what we were doing. And this was basically to add a timer into the panel. And we were passing the temp panel to it. And that's good. All right. Okay. I think it was Shift Tab. Was it? No. Okay. That's thanks to Michael. Refreshments are refreshments. Absolutely. Yes. So again, if anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask them. I'm always happy to take a break from whatever I'm working on and see if we can explore some issues and find solutions. I do want to say a thank you to Mike Nelsonio for the follow. I appreciate it. That was very nice of you. And let's see if we can just figure out what exactly is breaking on this timer. So how about we just disable all of the timer's script block. There we go. Okay, so it's definitely related to the script block we're putting inside the timer. Okay. Let's move it down a bit. We can actually do what Michael suggested last time, which was step through it. But it's, again, that's right, it's in a run space, so we won't be able to, but we can at least do this. So the param is okay. Okay, so I don't think we need to pass, I really don't think we need to pass the temp panel thing. So let's just close this. We'll take that out. We'll take off the argument, or the param here. Yeah. And let's see. And we can try and just replace panel with temp panel and see how that goes. There it is. Okay. All right. So we can go ahead and try that now. It might crap itself. Okay. That's good. Okay, it didn't crap itself. So let's just do this. When we update it, or we'll check to see if $temp panel dot text not like star timer has run, then we are going to equal, we'll add that to it. And that way, actually, let's do it like that. Yeah, and that way we'll know that the timer is touching things. So let's see. Let's go ahead. Oh, right, we have to adjust the label on it. That's right, we have custom labels. Okay, so it's not .text, it's something else. What is it? TMP-LBL. It's TMP-LBL. TMP-LBL? It's got to be... Okay. Okay. So its name is going to be this. Okay, so I gotta look it up in the controls array. I have to look it up. No, I'm not coding. I'm not coding the game. The game is not coded in PowerShell. I'm actually coding for a mod in the game. So inside the game, there is a mod. We'll go to it. SR2 logger by WNP78. And it logs information to an external application over UDP. So I have that mod installed, And if we go into the build component of this game, we'll see what it actually adds. So what it adds is a gizmo, which is the orange black box. So by adding this onto a craft, of be it a plane or whatever, or rocket, you just put it and you can scale it how you want, whatever. And then you can program in it with the game's code. This is the code in the game, so you can use it to do different things. And in this case, what I'm doing is I'm leveraging the mod to output all the main possible changing telemetry that's directly available. And I'm setting it up so it's being sent over that UDP connection. And what the PowerShell is doing is it's taking everything from that point on. So it's grabbing the data over the UDP connection, and it's also spawning up all these different little panels based upon the names of the variables that we're sending from inside here. So how they're organized. So all these particular variables would fall under one panel called velocity. So when I run this, you'll see that we get a bunch of panels. Oh, there you go. Something's breaking. All right. But basically, let me see if I can get rid of this. Okay. That was funny. The error I got. Okay. Ah. Uh, no. Let's see. Okay. So let's get rid of that code we added in the timer just so we can get things to run again. Temp panel. Oh, of course that's not gonna run. Okay. So yeah, we needed to get the control. So what we need to do is basically title label to update equal temp panel dot control. So yeah, where da 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 da. I'll be lucky. Okay. Where temp panel label. Okay, and inside the panel we feed it panel name, and does its name get set to this dot text? No, it doesn't. This dot name. Okay. Um, right. So we have the panel time going. Okay, panel output date title to it's a panel dot controls where the name is going to be label. No. Panel temp panel dot what is it? Panel name dot text. Yeah, it's dot text. Okay, so temp panel name where label dot this and then temp panel text. Temp panel dot text. All right. Okay, we got that. And yes. So $sign title, title label to update equal. Oop, I diddle. Title label to update is we're gonna set the text equal equal itself. timer has run. Save that. All right. Hopefully this won't crash. The priority text how we found. Okay. That's weird. Okay. I gotta beat the timers. There's no way I'm gonna beat them. Okay. Okay, but this is where dot name. It's LBL, and then it's okay. We gotta get rid of this and this. Okay, let's just run this. This should be good. Wait a second. Okay, so this is the craft data copy equal inner craft. We don't need to do that. Okay, that's it. We needed to make sure we could read the data from our run space. Okay, so to make things simple, what I will do is inside here, I'm going to load just a subset, one specific panel. Let's say velocity is a good one. It's got lots of values. So I'll load this one. There you go. It's just velocity, so we'll only get one panel. Save it to craft. And I think, oh no, we'll have to modify this. Okay. I got to think about this. So it might still generate all the panels. Yeah, it'll still generate all the panels, but that's okay. That's something we'll have to. That's something I didn't plan on doing yet, so that's too bad. We'll have to debug it as is. Okay. Uh, Whoa. All right. I just wanna. Let's start it up, and we'll do that. Get it going. Fast forward this. Just get it up in the air. There you go. And one gear up. Play, and there you go. All right. So we have that going. Now I need to run this. Yeah, it still opens all the panels, but we don't have an error. So at least that is okay. Our code for positioning is still working. So that's good. Let's see. I think we can do something to make things more efficient. So let's see. The move code. Where's the move code? Okay, no, the move code, it might be in the panel. Is it? Yeah, it is in the panel. So sender dot okay, so Add mouse up, add mouse moves, if sender M down. So M down, if I should be able to reference the M down property of the form to know if it's currently being dragged by the mouse, in which case I already have updates running and I don't want to try and double update. So what I'll do is I'll try adding an if $temp panel dot m down. If not, all right, let's see. This should run without issue. Okay. All right. Oh no! If you continue, what's this? What's this? This is crazy. Some crazy. Oh, spacecraft. Ah, okay, so there's something with the data. Oh, and that caused my mouse to glitch out. Okay, there you go. Whoa, okay. Didn't like that. And we'll get our script back. There we go. So it didn't like that bit we added. Let's go ahead and take it out. But maybe it's my, I know typically I do wrap them. I was being lazy. Let's maybe just give that a go. But it's probably the spacecraft. Yeah, it's still gonna have, and it's probably gonna say the spacecraft at the end. Or no? Oh no, it's saying everything. Okay. All right. So I gotta get it rid of. Of course. Of course. Yeah. That timer's gonna be finicky. I'm gonna have to be careful with how I put that in there. Okay. Let's see. I don't like that. So let's just, okay. How can we use the controls? Windows for windows.forms.form.controls. How are we supposed to use this properly? Let's see. Controls would be not a, is it? No, it's not. It's property or controls. There we go. Get the collection of controls contained within the control. Okay. Examples. Remove button. Object sender. Okay. 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 So contains remove button. Remove the radio button. Control. Okay. So, but that I still have to. Hmm. Hmm. No more examples. That's it. Following all the examples control from the control collection of the derived class panel. Here's a manual examples. Okay, that's fine. The radio button controller add to, and the panel control add to the form. When the radio button named remove button is removed from control.control collection. Okay. But okay. Well, yeah. We might have better success like that actually. So it wasn't hurting to do that. Okay, so let's play with it. So let's do, so it's every second. It's every second. Let's save, let's make this easier on ourselves. We'll save this as spacecraft all. And then we'll save it again as spacecraft velocity. And we'll just keep the velocity ones in there. Yeah, save that as velocity. And now we'll just rip out everything but velocity, and then we'll have our easier kind of debugging experience, which I think will help us streamline things a lot. Okay, that's good. Save that. And now I can do try panel. Okay, null equal panel ps1. Panel ps1. There it is. No, spacecraft. Spacecraft is going to be spacecraft dash velocity. Okay. All right. So in theory, yes, perfect. Okay. Okay, good. That's much easier. Now, let's check things. Craft dot velocity. Oh no, state. State dot velocity. Okay. All right. So dot keys. Yeah, perfect. So we only have the velocity. Okay, Lucas MD. Well, hello again, sir. What magical trickery we doing today? So we have our panels kind of going, and we just limited our selection to one panel for now. So it's going to be at least easier to debug. And now we're just going to get simple rockets going with some data, because we have things kind of running right now in the run space. So I don't know how long the, let's just double check something. So we have a safeguard on our receiver of 10 seconds. So when we're receiving data, it'll receive data for 10 seconds and then shut down automatically. And it'll do that just so it shuts down everything from a UDP level, the sockets and everything. It'll just do that cleanly, and that's kind of important if we're going to keep repeat testing, and especially if we're throwing this into a run space, which is a lot. No, I'm not programming a game. I did not program this game. This is Simple Rockets. This game is available on Steam. This is basically a rocket simulation game. You can use it to make planes as well. There's a mod in this game that allows you to log telemetry of any given flight or movement of a craft, and that's what I'm using today. I'm using that, and I've basically limited it right now to just velocity telemetry of the craft. So I have that program. I have that program on the box, and now we're just gonna put the flight out onto the runway, and yeah, and we'll just basically get it moving. So we generate some data. We'll get it in the air. Just lock it in place, and there we go. All right. So we have that. Okay, so now we need to activate the, there we go. So now we're activating the data. We can run this. There we go. We have our panel. And now we should have a craft object with some data. So velocity lateral. Yes, there we go. And it should be changing. Oh, we were too slow. So we need to just close this, and we'll just increase our time maybe to like 20 seconds. There you go. And we'll do this again. There you go. Everything's getting set up for the run spaces. And now if we go in here and we check for velocity lateral, yeah, it's a changing number, right? So that means we're getting live data. So that means this craft object that is getting created is getting updated, okay? And it's getting updated by a run space. I wonder if configuring Windows Server Infrastructure Lab stream would be popular as well. I could definitely do a configuring Windows Server Infrastructure Lab stream. Who are you, Lucas? I have questions. Do I know you? All right. Welcome, nonetheless. Let's see. Okay, so we know that the craft object that's getting managed by the run all right. Fight the good fight. Okay, so this receiver, this is the receiver run space. This is what updates the craft object, because the craft object is created externally and then passed on to the run space, and the run space is what takes care of updating those numbers. So we know that that's getting done. Now the trick that we're trying to do is take that same object and basically create other run spaces that can read that object, and those run spaces are going to each contain basically each panel is going to be in its own run space. So when I run this script, there's actually two run spaces going on. There's one for the UDP receiver, and there's one for the panel that gets generated. In this case, just one panel, because we only have a sub-selection of all of our telemetry data that's possible, okay? So we're just using the velocity one right now, right at the top, right here. And here's basically just a class which derives off of the Windows Forms form class, and we just add some custom code to it for some stuff, set kind of the style, that kind of thing. So we're gonna touch this in a bit because I want to change the formatting, because when I run this, like the spacing is a bit too much, that kind of thing. So there's some work we're gonna do into that shortly. And I also have, you can see as I drag the window around, you can see the XY positions of the window as well as width, that kind of thing. So with a height and width. So we'll close that. And now the trick is to see inside the panel run spaces. We want to get that object. So we actually are passing that object. Where is it? Craft.state. Right there. It's the first argument, and it's referred to in the run space as inner craft. Okay, so inner craft. And for each. Okay, so param panel. Okay. So now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to add a timer inside the run space for a given form, which is a panel, um, that will execute code on an interval. And here's the code we're trying to execute. And the code we want to execute should be doing the following. It should be updating all the data labels that we have. So basically, right here, all this, all the right side, we want to update those with values. So right now, I'm not entirely sure that it's able to read the data. So I just want to make sure it can read the data first. So I'm going to hard code a value to update the panel. Sorry, not the panel, but let's say, dang. How do I get a specific control? I mean, I did label text for each label. Okay. Okay. Okay, let me just run this again. I just want to see. Okay, so the label is that. Okay, okay. So the name of the object is going to be uh, LBL val velocity. LBL val velocity. And we are needing to improvise a lot with PowerShell on my company, which will not bias the designer. It is indeed a powerful. Actually, um, I've thought about writing an SCCM equivalent in PowerShell. So that's something I've thought about doing, but that's a pretty big undertaking. Although I think it could be done. I think it could be done. There could be an open source equivalent to SCCM that uh, yeah, that could function much the same way, do a lot of the same stuff. Okay, so we want to controls get specific control. Windows forms get specific control. Control by name. There you go. That's what I'm looking for. Edit for asker. Okay. This can. Oh, there's a find. Oh, geez. Okay. All right. So $panel pnl dot controls dot find. What's the name? Yeah. So it should be LBL val velocity. Okay. Uh, what's okay? I gotta look this up. Controls. Controls. Ah, okay. So there you go. That's okay. That's what I'm looking for. But find a control collection. Okay, yeah. And find. There you go. Boolean. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Parameters. Boolean. Search all children. Boolean. Yeah. Perfect. That's what I was looking for. Ah, okay. So PNL controls find $sign LBL test equal this. Oopalai. LBL test equal this. Okay. $LBL test dot text equal. Now here's the thing. Oh, I think I heard a crash. Yes, we did crash. Let's relaunch that. Okay, so that that means that I can see how that would be possible. We can do almost everything on, yeah, WMI pretty much, yeah, a lot via WMI. Um, let's see. So I gotta put LBL test equal dot text equal. I want to put a value from the innercraft object, which is going to be the synchronized hash table. Yep. Text equal this dot velocity. What's the first one? What's the first one? I have to run this lateral. Okay. So velocity lateral. So that should update. Let's say, how would you start the enable PS remoting, set execution policy, and other preparation needed on hundreds of remote servers, which those disabled? Well, okay. What authority do you have on these remote servers where you're supposed to do all this? That would be my first question. Okay, so this should work. I mean, it should. No. The property text cannot be found on this object. Okay. Okay. So, I assume I have to explicitly system.windows.forms. Okay, and they're remote servers, so they're connected to the internet, or are they isolated off the internet? Windows. So system.windows.forms.label. Yeah. Okay. Equal. But do I have to do anything like special? Okay. Okay, so if, here, let's just do some basic stuff. Oh, what's this period? If not text. Well, let's just try that. We made a change, so let's give it a go. And let's see. Oh, cannot convert the value. Okay, okay. I think I see what's happening. It returns a collection. I think it returns a collection. So okay. Val lateral, I imagine it would be. Okay. I think that's it. I think that's what it was. So I think I can actually remove this bit and it should work. I think that's what it was. Okay, well, let's try. Let's go back to what we were doing. And it was libval velocity. Okay, we can get rid of this. Just let's see if we can do that. Find the valve velocity. And let's libtest 0 dot text. Let's try that. Nah, it's not giving us anything. What's going on here? How did I do this? I gotta look. I gotta look at. Uh, where is it? Where is it? Let's see if I can find it. To hack up. SO2 dashboard. Okay. Okay. So let me just grab this, and we'll put this. Okay. So now we have an archive of the old code, and we can see how I did it in the past. So let's just bring that up. So, oh, sorry about that. So you have administrator. How are the okay? How are these connected though, Lucas? Okay, so let's see. This wasn't it. I gotta keep looking for it. Where is it? I could actually just look at this. There you go. So it's just getting the craft object. Then it's passing it on as main craft. So it's actually passing it on, but it's receiving craft, and then it's main craft in here, and then main craft what? Main craft. Where's the settings? Oh, it's just getting dot nav position. I see. So it is calling. Okay. Okay. So inside here, inner craft. So we're doing the same thing, inner craft, but we're passing the actual hash table. So we shouldn't be doing that. We should be passing the full object, and the hash table will be synchronized, just like the other one. So if we take that off, dot state, and I'm pretty sure that's like a single value. That's not like a vector. Almost all domain joined. Okay. Several networks, but all reachable. Few not joined in DMZ, but those wouldn't be reachable for remote management names. So if they're all domain joined, and you need to enable PS remoting and set execution policy, use GPOs. You can use a GPO, and yes, security groups to and OUs to filter kind of how and where you deploy and to who. Yeah, and then you can use some startup scripts in your GPOs to, you know, set a few things. Pretty sure you can manage uh, execution policy that way, at least, for sure. Okay, So intercraft.state of okay. So let's see if this will work. Fuck. Oh no. Oops. uh. Okay. Okay. It's not. Hmm. Okay. I guess I could do this. Well, hang on. Let me just do this. Let me do a new panel. So test panel equal panel new test panel. What? Okay, there you go. $sign test panel dot show dialog. Okay. So now test panel dot controls. Okay, so it's what is this? This is control collection. So it's got some so where let's try. Well, let's just select name. Let's see if okay, so yes, that does work. So that means we should be able to where $sign name equal LBL title. Okay, so that means I get that control there. And then, well, what's its value of text? Test panel. That's perfect. Okay. And if I show dialog, again. Yeah, that works. So that means right. So that means I need to uh then I guess oh right. Silly me. Okay. Okay, so that's how I can do it. I could just do it kind of really PowerShell way. So I can just do that'll let me get the control. So whatever the panel is, there's the panel. Dot controls where the name is going to be LBL val lateral. And let's see. LBL val, LBL val lateral. Okay. And text to something. I think we could do. All right. Yes. Yes. All right. All right. All right. There you go. All right. So we got the. Look at that. That's fantastic. All right. So good. So now we can set the value on the controls. That's perfect. Okay. So now that means we need to take pnl.controls where name like LBL. I say G when you actually get go to that's good. Sorry, I gotta catch up here. Would you set execution policy unrestricted for all servers to make your job easier? I don't see why not. You would need administrative credentials to do MS anyway. Well, I mean, if you're at a place, well, I listen. If it's a business, there's a risk to setting execution policy to unrestricted. Um, you know, at the end of the day, it's what level of risk are you willing to accept? I've had to sign PowerShell scripts before in the past. Um, I think that's the more laborious way to do it, but it's the right way to do it in a higher security environment. But I wouldn't set unrestricted. Typically, when I'll execute PowerShell scripts on targets, it will be, you know, like if I'm going to execute a file, I'll be calling PowerShell with the executable of PowerShell, and I'll be bypassing the execution policy for that particular execution. So, I mean, there's a way to make it so that the execution policy isn't even really applicable to you from an administrative sense if you're just going to be launching scripts. As long as you can remotely execute a command, you can execute a PowerShell command to actually bypass the execution policy. So execution policy to me is not a hurdle, provided you have a means to execute remotely. Okay, so I need to go through the control. I need to select all the controls where the name is like LBL val. Okay. And then no. Yes. I need to select all the ones that are LBL val. And then for each of those, or let's do this. For each $value label in, oh, I can't, I remember seeing, how did someone, oh, I just have to, yeah, I just have to wrap it in there. So yeah. For each $value label in POW. Okay. So $value label dot name dot substring So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Starting. Yeah, 6. Starting at 6. What are we going to do? 6. That's going to give us just the value bit, which in this case, okay. And now we need to get the name of the panel. What's the name of the panel? The panel name is going to be right. So yes. So $panel.name. So we have so let's say it's velocity, and then the label is going to be lateral. Okay. Now we have the property name to read on the innercraft.state object, which inside the timer do we pass here? Main craft domain form PB. Yes, we do. Of course we do. Yes. Okay, so we passed the panel. We also have to pass innercraft timercraft. And we need to add a parameter to that. I need to add the argument here. So this is going to be this is going to be our craft object. Yeah. Is it? Runspace. Are we still in runspace? Yeah, we are. Of course we are. So yeah, this is going to be our inner craft. $sign inner craft. Well, I suppose I could just do. Okay. So inner craft. So inner craft $sign timercraft dot state dot that is going to be the value, I think. $sign craft dot state. Yes. So velocity lateral. Yes. So timer. Okay. So. Boy, I missed a letter there. Okay. So in that case, to call a PowerShell script to several computers, you would use psexec, for instance, pointing to executable of PowerShell on and adding the parameter on the start. So I think it's something like exe dash file some file.ps1 execution policy bypass. Thank you to the people coming in and out. I appreciate you guys stopping by. So feel free to stick around and ask any PowerShell questions that you may have. And if you like what you're seeing, please click the follow button. All right. So let's see here. So for each, I think that's our value. And then I think we can just do something like this. Text. Okay. I think with all this mess code around, it may just be as simple as that. Let's try. Yeah. Okay, let's get this thing moving. Okay, so there you go. Pull the gear up. All right. And let's make sure she's running. There you go. She's running. So let's see. Cannot convert the spacecraft value of the type spacecraft to type what? Cannot convert the value spacecraft. Uh, okay. Cannot bind parameter script block. Cannot bind parameter script block. Cannot convert the spacecraft value of type spacecraft to type. But where? What is this? Okay. Okay. So I think I'm gonna have to pass the state. Oh, wait a second. Uh, it's not working. Uh, hmm. Hmm. Okay, let's just make it simple. Let's just wipe the values. Now this takes 1 second to run, which means that let's reduce our timer back to something like 10. Yeah, I thought of it, but the tool to set up this first run, would you use psexec? Well, the first run to do what? Are you just trying to do an initial setup of something? If you're just trying to do an initial setup of something, I mean, use GPOs. Like you can have startup scripts with GPOs. So, and if I haven't set up startup scripts in a long time, but if I recall, I'm pretty sure you can pass parameters. So startup scripts might be the way to go. And in those scripts, you can put validations to see if it's already configured as you want, and if not, you can then remediate the configuration. Okay, so oh wait a second, I had fast forward on. I'm not convinced it wasn't working. Let's try that again. Okay. So it's not, this bit's not working, but I think we can, oh, wait a second. Hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. Uh, it's too bad. Okay, so let's uh, let's see what's going on here. Let's get rid of this for now. I think there's something good there. So let's go through all the controls. Can ref work here? Will that work? Yeah, I guess so. So ref PN I okay, so ref PNL controls where this set its text to no, just nothing. Let's just try that. Clear the text. Oh, wait a second, wait a second, wait a second. I know, I know, I know. I have to do a $sign PNL dot update. Okay. No, still not working. Okay. Uh, so it could be the ref because I've played with that. I never got that to work. If anyone knows the right way to use that, still don't quite understand when the right time to use that is. Okay, so that's not working either. Where name equal LBL val lateral. I mean, okay. Where am I setting the type? What? Oh, what the hell? Equal. Ah, okay, okay, this is working. All right, all right, okay. So, all right, all right, all right, all right. So this will get me that. Um, we may need to add a property to our panel class. In our panel class, the property is going to be, what is it going to be? It's going to be, there's going to be two properties. Actually, didn't we make a key map? I'm pretty sure we made some kind of key map. Panel data object. That's right, we did. So let's see how we can use this. We were working on this yesterday. So, okay, so panel data object dot keys. So dot velocity. Okay. But I'd have to pipe that all the way in there. Holy cow. Okay. But, that's fine. Let's see if we can do it like this. So, okay. Okay, test count. Test count equal, same thing, but Brett Miller, thank you so much for the follow. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. All right. So this test count will get the count of all the controls like that. Okay, we don't need this bit. And then we'll just set the text to the test count. There you go. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay. Interesting. It's getting something. Okay. So so that's a control. Oh, right. Right. So we have to actually ask for the count. We didn't ask for the count. Right. Okay. So does that make sense? Yeah, that makes sense. Perfect. Okay. So we'll get all the controls. So we get all the controls. So to update. So value labels are that. So okay. So value labels are that, and then for each val LBL val in $value labels. Okay, and then we need to get the $LBL val dot name, and that's going to be LBL val something. So dot replace LBL val like that. Okay. And that will give us that, and then we need, okay, so the PNL dot name as well. Okay. So that should be okay. Okay. Wait a second. What's this? Replace that. What's wrong here? I don't see it. All right. Wait a second. So I'm doing a replace there. Okay. Close that. Okay. That. What doesn't it like here? I'll use the single quotes. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Okay. So label and value labels. Oh, and its value is the controls. Uh, for each right. Okay. So LBL val dot text. Let's just shelf that. Let's just try and clear the text. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, good. So now we know we can put the text in. All right. And we're only doing those labels. That's perfect. Can you bump the ISC font? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, totally. Totally. So, yeah. So that's good. We're able to write the text there. So value labels. So, okay. So this is the name of the value, or sorry, the key inside the timercraft object, which is the innercraft. So if I do $timercraft dot state dot, let's maybe try or I'll just key name equal key name. That's val name. Let's call it val name. Okay, val name is there. This plane's just going. Okay, so not val name equal. Oh no, that's the value we want to get. We got to set that into the text. So okay. Well, let's see if this works. Okay. So it's trying to set it to something, but that something is nothing. That's okay. Uh, that's okay. Let's figure out what's going on. I want to try using innercraft. I don't think I'll be able to use innercraft, to be honest. Did I pass? So let me try passing the hash table. Innercraft. Innercraft. On the run space. Innercraft is the whole craft. Okay. Ooh. No, that's okay. That's okay. But I have to pass the
state maybe, and I'll take off the state from here. Okay. So let's just try that. No, still nothing. That's okay. Let's say, let's get the type of craft. I know what it's going to be. Spacecraft dot name. Okay. Let's just set this to timercraft dot get type dot name. Let's just try that out. Okay. 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 So that's all right. Now let's try setting it to, let's just try hard coding. Am I passing? Yeah, I'm passing the hash table now. So the state, right. So it's going to be velocity lateral. Let's give that a go. Okay. Oh, yes. All right. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. So the data is going to our run space. That's fantastic. That's really good. Okay. Okay. So for each in value labels, right. Okay. So this works. So let's just take this out and just keep it. That's fantastic. Okay. So that's good. Now what we need to do is we need to get these names dynamically from the LBL val. So let's just try and set the LBL val text to its name and give it a go. Okay, LBL val, target, vertical, orbit, gravity, surface. Yeah, so that all checks out. Okay. So LBL taxi, okay, so the name dash replace LBL val with that. And so, and now, well, no, we can leave that just to verify that. Good. And now we need to add the panel name. So are the text of the panel. I think I can, what was it, add? I can't remember. Surplus. That looks perfect. Okay. All right. So we have a string now, which is, we know the correct name of the key to look up for the value of that particular. Yes. Okay. So $ key name, val name, val label name equal, and this text equal, we don't even need to wrap, I think, this. We can just do timercraft val lbl name. I think that will work. Oh, what's going on here? What am I missing? Oh yeah, it doesn't like this, so I don't need to wrap that. I could just do that.
Yes, sir. All right. Yes. Okay. That's fantastic. Okay, so we got the data into the panel runspace and displayed on the form, which is being maintained by another runspace, which is the UDP receiver. And that's working now. So that's perfect. And this form is dynamically built based upon the properties it's detecting from the UDP receiver run space. So that's really fantastic. I think I'm going to take a little break now. I'm going to keep going on this. I'm excited because there's more to do here. But that's some great progress. We can actually do some great stuff for another hour or two. So I'm excited about that. Stick around, guys. We'll take maybe 5 minute break or so. Grab some refreshments, and I will be back with you shortly. thanks for sticking around, guys. I appreciate it. Let's have a look. All right. Let's see. How's that for the font size, Brett? Okay. So we got the data working now. For the heck of it, let's just switch out our panel our spacecraft class for the all and see if we can get all. Oh no, we would have to change it in the game too. That's right. That's okay. So we have some things we need to sort out here. Right. Okay, I can't really change size in the form all that easily, but I'll change it in the ISE for sure. Okay. So just a quick recap. We have a custom class, which is basically derived from Windows Forms form class, and we have a custom spacecraft class, which is really just a collection of hash tables, but in our case, it's quite simplified. It does have some methods which we have used, but this was done with the expectation of further importing this into OpenMCT in the future. And if you don't know what OpenMCT is, we can look it up quickly. OpenMCT. So OpenMCT is NASA's open source mission control kind of HUD. So they give you a demo one you can try out on their website, which is for a rover, and it's basically simulating telemetry, but it's a whole dashboard that you can kind of build, and it's dynamic. You can move it around and do stuff with it. And it's a whole kind of like toolkit. You just need to feed it telemetry, and it gives you all these kind of tools to do stuff. Anyways, I wanted to try and hook the simple rockets data telemetry into it so it could be used as basically a HUD in the long term. So I tried to keep some structure there. I tried to follow some of the JavaScript examples that they had. And I followed that structure. So uh, the examples they had a state and a history. So I kept that structure, but I kind of did from inside at that point on. I basically just kind of followed the structure of the logger mod inside of Simple Rockets, which is what generates the telemetry by UDP. So yeah. Now there's a few things that we have to overcome. Obviously, the telemetry that's being generated is quite precise. I think it's mostly doubles. So we need to do some rounding so it fits in the labels, but some of the telemetry that's being generated is are vectors. So the issue with that is that they're actually three numbers, like an XYZ kind of thing. And you can see that in some of these, like angular, surface, gravity, that kind of thing. Those are vectors. So we can deal with that a few different ways, but the ideal way to deal with that when it comes to building the forms that we're trying to build would be to actually accommodate it, because that is a common kind of data type that we would have to deal with if we were going to try and make something generic for simple rockets, because a lot of the data types that it's generating, a lot of the data it's generating are in the vector data type. So we should be able to accommodate that. Now, the rounding, I think I had an idea for the rounding part, but again, there's a spacing issue. But, so I think we can make them a little longer. Yeah, we could definitely make them a little longer. That would fix something. So let's do that first. So the panel, and then we're adding the values. Are we adding the? Yeah. Right, we're adding the values in the runspace code, I believe. Yes. So here are the values. The width can be maybe 40 longer. Let's try that out. Okay, right. So there you go. Now I need a way to detect whether it's one value. Well, basically what the value type is. So let's see if we can get the data type um, out there. But in the meantime, we do have the craft object that I create that we can look at, which has state and then velocity, and we can look at something like gravity, and that's three numbers. So it's probably an array. It's got to be like an array. Yeah. Okay, so it's an array. So get type dot base type. Base type. Oh right. Dot. Sorry. Dot base type. Okay. So uh, we need to check the height. So what I'm thinking here is basically, I think we're close to having the right width for three numbers, but uh, okay. So we need to, yeah, we need to figure out the values before we inst right, before we instantiate the labels. Okay, so let's first just figure out the data types. So let's do some cleanup. We have definitely some cleanup to do here. Okay, so that's looking good. Yeah, I should be doing that, but I'll have to wait. Okay, so that's cleaned up. Okay. Okay, so for each label in panel telemetry labels, okay, equal keys where, okay, okay, right, I see. So I should dynamically get the data type. So dollar sign panel telemetry labels, and I need for each of those I need to get the data from the craft object, which I'm doing inside the timer. So, okay. So let me make a hash table, panel telemetry types equal this, just empty. And then for each of the labels, I will add a tree types dot add $ underscore and whatever. Okay. So now I need to get the types. So I have a craft object, and the craft object at this scope is going to be inner craft. And inner craft, is that the full craft? I think it's the full craft. It is. So inner craft. Okay. Right. So inner craft, I need to. Okay. I need to. So I need to go through all the labels for each of those. Go through the types and add a key. Now, I should just refer to the types now. And uh, labels dot keys. I need panel types dot keys. Okay. Right. For each, I gotta go through the inner craft. So inner craft. So let's see. $sign. I need craft, which is going to be equal to inner craft, and then state, and then keys. Well, hang on. Count. Right. So state. Right. Uh, where $underscore dot value dot get type not equal. Oh, name not equal. Hang on. Base type dot name not equal to array. Let's no, that doesn't work. Why doesn't that work? Oh, okay. Where what? I didn't want value. Where I don't hmm. Okay, so for each, I'm gonna right host nothing and then underscore. Let's see how it's, yeah, okay, so it does separate them into logically different objects. So now, let's see, where dot count greater than 1. Okay, so I could do this where dot value dot, no, how come that doesn't work? I guess if I do this, hmm, let's see. It's a property on, okay, but okay, so let's get, can we do this? We can do uh value, no, dot state dot, wait a second, what do I, state dot, whatever, velocity dot, angular, right? Uh, can I do this? Value, this, how was it? I can't remember. Was it like this? I just do that. Okay, well, I want to see. Okay, I guess there's a get type on that. Okay, yeah, I just do it on that. Okay. So, so I can just do it on that. That means I don't need to do anything special up here. Well, I still kind of do because I got to keep track of it, right? That's true. So keys, telemetry keys for each. I have to. Okay, so $inner craft dot. I gotta add the for each dot this. Uh, well, I want to see what something else looks like. Uh, velocity dot lateral double. Okay. Let me just do this. Get type dot name equal double. That's what? Get type name. Uh, dot base type. All right. And then name. Okay. And just to do it on lateral now. Value type. Okay. I want to go through. Dang. Okay. I'm gonna have to expand on the values because I don't have any textual values in here. But I guess I could just go for, yeah, I could definitely, yeah, I could definitely just go for right now what I have, which are going to be double and array. But I don't like, so I guess I have to do it manually. Pretty easy. If, so if, or I could do a, yeah, I could do a case, a, a switch. So switch, what's the switch for keys? The switch is going to be on, uh, get, oh yeah, I wanted to see if I can do uh, angular and dot name equal object. Yeah, okay, good. Okay, so I could just do get type, and it's gonna be object or double. So switch intercraft. Okay. Switch dot get type. Okay. Dot name. Panel telemetry. I suppose it's really just for spacing. So panel telemetry spacing. No, I'll leave it as types. I'm probably gonna have to use it in other ways as well. So switch intercraft state dot the current iteration of the keys dot get type dot name, and that's going to be either that or that, and that's going to be object apply or double. I think it was double, yeah. Yeah, double. Okay. What's the syntax again for switch or what was it? Case. Uh, PowerShell switch that. Okay. Then this and this. Okay. So, for each key, then if it's object, then we know it's a vector. So we will basically just set $, panel telemetry types dot is equal to vector. And then, yeah, I can just say double for this, same thing. All right. Let's see. So we have that. And we'll just update that because I didn't see that. Okay. Okay. Let's see. So we have the types, and we're going to be populating the types for the specific run space. Okay. Now, okay. So then as we're going through the labels, okay. So so now as we go through the labels, first we should probably make our space use more efficient before we do anything. That's no good. That's no good. Okay. 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 So yeah, we definitely have to make the space use more efficient. We could probably put, an extra line between, so we can cut the spacing. Um, so what are the heights? The height's 30 and the spacing is the y increment is 30. So it's 60. So we can get double out of that. Right. So I but let's be conservative. So I mean, it's hmm, almost double. It's almost double. So it's like 80%. So if right now one thing is taking 60 total, then we should make it take like 36 total. So 30 plus, let's say, 6 spacing. I think that's going to look all right. Ignoring uh, the vector types, which we're going to fix soon. Oops. Oh, wow. Maybe that didn't look so great. uh, y increment. Uh, that wasn't so great. Y increment times. Oh, so I see. Okay. So I guess 15? What? That doesn't make any sense. Y increment. That should be. That should be. Well, what if I try 29? Well, let's see what that. Okay. So maybe I had to do 24. Was that what I had to do? Ah, no, that's what happens. I see. Oh, because we have to change the size because they're huge. Oh, I see. Okay. So we'll leave the y increment there, and we will change the height of these. I think we can safely reduce them to like 20 at the current font, and I'm fine with the current font. Let's have a look. Yeah, okay. And I think we can definitely go a little further on the size. Yeah, yeah, we can go a little further, I think. Okay, so let's say 15. Okay. So that cleanly shows one line. 15. That's good. Now we can play with the spacing. And I think I'll try what was, I guess, the magic number before. This kind of looks good, but let's go a little further. Let's see. And that could be a bit tighter. Could definitely be a bit tighter. Huh. Yeah, I could go a bit further. So I'm running on a full HD screen, and I have to imagine that people could get up to like 10 or so panels here. So I gotta think about space to a degree. I think this is getting there. I'll try one more notch tighter. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, that does look, I think, better. Okay, so now that we have that, oh, you know what? Let me just, there's a couple magic numbers here, so I'll try and stick with the magic number. I'll try 15. Yeah, I'm fine with that. All right, keep it simple. 15 for the numbers. Okay, so, okay, so, wait a second. Dot keys for each, name, panel telemetry, panel telemetry types. Right, okay, so I want, hmm, okay, 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 so TMP, yeah, no. Panel telemetry labels, keys. This is right. So I have all the labels there of the values. Okay. And I mean, for each, I don't, I need, you know, dot replace. I don't need the lbl val with, so I can just get rid of that. Then I can just take this, add this, and I don't, there's no keys. I don't need to, is this keys? No, there's no keys there. So that will work. Okay, and that will work. So panel telemetry labels. Yes. Okay. Types.keys. Okay. Now in our timer, I can just okay. And now I can just do I can pass panel telemetry PTT. PTT. Uh, and now what we'll do is we'll just $sign PTT dot uh, LBL val LBL val. Wait a second. Did we strip that from there? I can't remember now. We did. I'm not so sure that's a good idea anymore. Let's not replace that. Well, no, because we're gonna have to look it up with the other one. So, okay, yeah, it makes sense. We'll just, so the text is gonna be PTT dot, this is gonna be LBL val dot name dot replace. Same thing. LBL val with nothing. Okay. Okay. Ugh. So it doesn't like my, let's put this back. And let's comment this out. Okay. 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 And Okay. Well, okay. Just make sure that's done. And then, I mean, I could do the same thing here. That. Okay. So, okay, so that's good. So now it's just the population code. Let's see if that's going to. This should stop it. Yeah, doesn't like this. Okay, so for each doesn't like the switch. I'm pretty sure the for each is fine. So okay, yes. So that's what it doesn't like. It doesn't like this because we're missing. Oh no, yes, because we're missing panel telemetry name, which is dollar sign dollar sign temp panel dot name, temp panel dot name. So when we create it, dot text, temp panel dot text. Okay. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed the chat there. Can you Hi, Quantum Lotus. Thanks for joining. Uh, is to check for the tokens rather than doing lots of get type checks and string matching is object. Let's see. Let's see. Also graph state, also angular is. You have single quotes. I don't think that matters, but let's see. Okay, and lateral double. Ah, thank you, Brett. Yeah, I think that's the way to go for sure, but I think I'll still use it. Uh,
Yeah, definitely. Oh, definitely. Definitely there. Okay, so all right, so that's true, eh? Because get type is gonna call a method on the object itself. But wouldn't is the is operator going to call, like, is it going to, isn't it still going to imply a get type on the object? It's a synchronized hash table, so the value could change. So I get, yeah, I guess it's just a syntax thing, but it's definitely simpler. Okay, so switch integer state, dollar sign inner craft dot state. By dot. All right. So craft dot state. Switch craft dot state. I imagine I can take this and I can put it here and I can then do dash is. I would still have to. Okay, so dot state is object. So same thing. Double if. Oh, why did I delete that other stuff? That was silly. Uh, all right. That's good. And okay, so if double. Hmm. 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 Okay, so yep. Okay, there we go. Ah, let me try wrapping this. No, it really doesn't like this. Damn. Okay. Well, let me see here. How can I do this? So I have the name. I have the name. Hmm. I think what I'm gonna have to do is just in this loop, just build the logic to read out, check the inner. Hmm. All right, I think that's where we'll leave it at for tonight. Or yeah, I'm starting to get a bit slow. Thank you everyone for joining. Uh, let's see. Yeah, we definitely did that. Thank you, Brett. Uh, we're gonna have to figure that out tomorrow. Something is not going on properly here, though. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. We got a lot done tonight. Well, how about before we go, let's just have a go at trying to run the code. We'll get rid of this crap. Okay, so that will put the data back. This will leave to debug on the next episode. Need to figure out a way to store the types for um, for label spacing. Okay, to be okay. So that's good. Yeah. All right. So now we're on velocity, but we'll go to all. We'll save that. Go back into here. End flight. Undo flight. It's gonna be nice to see this working with many panels. We'll probably increase the time at the same time. Little. That's on the receiver. That's not there. Right here. Okay, well, let's say 5 minutes. Save that. And yeah, we have to edit the program on the box. Load SR2, all load. There we go. There's our variables, save to craft, go. Okay. We switch to our spacecraft. All, yes, we did. So I have no idea how this is going to affect the game or me. It won't affect the game, but we'll see how this goes. So yeah, let's get moving. Fast forward. All right, get our gear in. Just put the flight somewhere nice like that. Get the throttle down. All right, so we're moving. Data logging is not activated. Let's run this. Everything's at 0, and we'll activate it. Okay, good. Now, hang on a second. Why don't we have the other panels? Why don't we have the other panels? Ooh. 。 Okay. Um, I think I'm gonna restart my shell. There we go. Okay, so I have a feeling I know what's going on here. I think the UDP port is, so I'll check my run space that I have for output, which rs out dot receiver. Okay. What's going on here? Wait a second, what's going on here? Okay. Hmm. It could very well be because of the listener time, and the port could just be blocked. Let's see what's going on. Ooh, okay. Yeah, so let's close down ISC. Okay. I have a feeling we might be okay now. There we go. All right. All our panels going. Huh. That's pretty cool. That this is all done dynamically. That's fantastic. Ha. Ha. That is quite fantastic. So I think that's a good way to leave things go. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Uh, we'll just cause some cause something to happen here. Let's see what the numbers do. It's looking okay. It's actually looking really good. All these numbers look really nice. I must be over a mountain right now. My AGL is 2,000 meters smaller than my ASL. So that's pretty cool. That's quite cool. I think we'll let this run off for a few minutes for the end. I hope you guys enjoyed it today. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. If you have any PowerShell questions, if it's anything I can help with, I'd be happy to. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed the little challenges we had to get through today, but it looks like we were able to um, get our panels a little tighter, make their layout just a little bit better. We still have some challenges with that we're gonna tackle within the next episode. We didn't switch to VS Code. Maybe bad habits, old habits die hard, I guess. We didn't do any docking code, and we didn't move any of the code um into the actual custom class. I think we could do that in the next few episodes, but we're getting due to see if we can clean things up and organize things to be more inside the class. So it's looking really nice. I'm happy with the data getting hooked into the panels now. Each panel kind of existing in its own run space. I believe we should also have panel dot or panel. What do we have? PNL. Yeah, that's right. We have panel velocity uh, objects dot. I could close the panel for velocity from here. I don't want to close with velocity though. Let's close misc. Let's see if that works. No, it didn't work. It's still here. We'll have to investigate that. So these are our custom variables that we create when we kind of spawn the panels, which I kind of did for the fun of it. Uh, but it's kind of cool being able to kind of control them uh, from outside of the run space from the command line. So we got to figure out why that's not working anymore. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. And there you go. It looks like the 5 minutes of data logging on the receiver gave up, and that's all she wrote. So again, I just want to thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight, and I'll wish you guys all a good night, and tune in again for the next episode. Takes care. Bye bye.